Oh, welcome to Country Rockin. I like the welcome to Country Rockin. The awesome Robert Jon from Robert Jon The Wreck. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you this evening?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's evening for me and morning for you. After the fiasco we had of time difference, we finally got it sorted. So I've asked everybody that I've spoken to recently this question: how have you coped with lockdown personally? Have you taken a chance to just kick back and relax, or have you used it in a productive manner?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been going on for so long now. The first 2 weeks are just, you realize that you got to get to relax and breathe a little bit from the normal day-to-day life. And then after the third week, you're like, okay, now we need to get productive again. And so the band's been working a lot on the backside of things, the gears that make the band function, and getting those tighter, and working on our perspective instruments and vocals, and really just spending the time perfecting the craft that we were working hard to do for a living. So we've been trying to do that. We've been doing a lot of writing, and we still have the time to kind of spend time with people closest to us, because we have that time available too. So I think that's really important as well. So, it's still week by week. Some weeks are rough, and some weeks you think things are going better, and then the next week you hear something and everything's shit again. So
Yeah, it's like that here. So yeah, I can sympathise with that. It's very much like that. And everybody that I've asked that question to have had a very, not really similar sort of answer, but some of them have taken the time out to spend time with loved ones and people that are closer to, and other people have used it productively to keep their just to take their mind off things, really.
yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, is to find something to do with your time instead of sit there and watch the news and spend hours on social media seeing how the world's crumbling. Sometimes you just need to step back and spend time with people you love, and not worry about that stuff during this time, because it can wreck your mind.
They can drive you crazy for sure, for sure. So how did your inspiration for music come about? When did you start playing and stuff like that?
I mean, it goes back a long ways. I mean, I started playing piano in first grade, and I hated it. It's when your parents make you take piano lessons, and you have to practice, and then you do the little recitals. So that's when music kind of started in my life. And then I got a little bit more serious about it. I started playing drums in fifth grade, and then picked up the guitar in about seventh grade. And music was still a thing that I was supposed to do. I was in school and band, and it was kind of, it wasn't forced on me, but it's something that okay, I have to learn these parts. And then in high school, starting to play in bands and playing drums in bands, and playing guitar myself, you kind of realized, oh, I can also just do this as a passion. I'm not being graded on it in bands or something. So high school really kind of opened that door for that. And and ever since then, straight out of high school, I've been going on little solo tours and just trying to get on the road and trying to see what it all means. So,
Sure. So I'm assuming it's been quite an interesting journey for you too.
Yeah, there's been some band members come and go as bands form and bands disband, and so meeting people and then going on the road. As a young band, we went out on the road for, I think it was like 2.5 months, and we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We just said we're going on tour, and we had a show. We live in Orange County, California, so we had a show in Seattle, a show in Boston, and a show in Tennessee, and we just had to fill in the gaps. But we've been learning ever since we've been going. We've been learning what not to do and what to do, and if someone comes into your life and promises you something, doesn't mean that it's going to happen. So we kind of have to fend for ourselves and do what's best for us, and not kind of go with the flow of everyone telling us what we should be doing.
So when did you start getting into writing? Did you find that easy to start with, or is it something that you've developed and grown into?
I mean, I think unless you are just naturally gifted in the beginning and your first song is just a top 10, I think it's a growing process. I mean, I remember just picking up the guitar and wanting to write a song and not knowing what that even means. And so you just pick up the guitar, you start singing something, and you look back on it. And I look back on it now, and I'm like, oh man, that was awful. Like what? I mean, I can't even believe like the coffee shops let me play those songs because they were so bad. But it's definitely a process that you work on. It's something that you work on the craft, and hopefully you're getting better and better each time. And so, yeah, we're still working on the songwriting as a craft. And this past record, Last Light on the Highway, we worked really hard on the songs, and wanting to put forth songs that mattered and songs that we thought were the best songs that we could write at the time. And so we feel pretty good about that.
It's a great album from first track to last. It's superb. So how
Thank
does
you.
the writing? What's the format for that? Is it someone might come up with a riff and you work from that, or do you have a melody, or where does it come from? And do you write collaboratively, or is it just you who goes here and pitch an idea?
Yeah, the whole band is just full of songwriters, and we all cohesively collaborate together. Whether someone brings in a chorus but has no idea what the verses are going to be, or if someone brings in just a guitar riff that sounds cool, and then we form the song from there, and or like even lyrical ideas. I have this idea about this song. How do we put it into words? And so we all work together, and we work very closely in it, and we're all songwriters on all these songs.
That's
So it's not
excellent.
just one person bringing in anything.
Yeah, because sometimes that can cause a bit of friction, can't it? If that's the way that some bands work,
Yep.
So that
Yeah.
the way you're working is a kind of a fair kind of system, for want of a better word.
Yeah. Yeah. And we do a lot of co-writes with friends of ours down here, and even friends across the globe, and we're always trying to write the better song.
Yeah, Last Night on Highway is a superb album, absolutely superb. My personal favourite track is I Can't Stand It. I think I just love the whole feel of that song. It's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I want to talk about albums now. I've listened to all your back catalogue. From one album to another, the one that's it's a softer album, but your own self-titled album, it has
Mhm.
more of a funky vibe. Was that a deliberate thing, or did you just or did it just materialize and manifest?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think you just have a gradual, you know, stairway of albums and songs, and you can write all the rockin' tunes, and then you naturally want to write a funkier tune, or you naturally want to write a softer ballad. It's just kind of a natural thing, and the people in the band also have a huge influence on the songs that we're writing and the songs that we're playing, and the production of what's going on. And if two people are in a different headspace, the album is going to kind of go that direction. And we've had a couple lineup changes, and you can kind of tell the certain aspects of lineup changes as you go along, and it's just a natural progression, I think, in songwriting and recording and being in a band. We never want to write the same album twice, so there always has to be some difference going on. So
Sure.
I think that's the main part.
So I like your tracks "Shine On" and "Gold" and "The Death of Me." All three of those are quite slow, very ballady type of songs. Do you find that
Hmm.
easier to write than the more rocky tune, or is it the other way around for you? Do you find the slower stuff a bit harder?
I think the slower stuff needs more finesse in a way. I mean, you can write a slow ballad easily, but it's what you put into it. It's how you vocally sing it. It's what that guitar line is actually doing. That's really important on those slower ballads, than opposed to a faster, more high energy rock and roll song. You don't need as much finesse in the way you portray, the lyrics, or the way you portray that guitar solo. You just need to hit it hard and hit it as fast and as much energy as you can. And that's the whole point of that, what that song would be. So as far as writing those songs, I mean, I feel like it's all in the same vein. We've written a rock song in 3 minutes. We've written a ballad in 3 minutes. It just depends on how we want to present those songs
Yeah.
to to everyone in the live setting and on the recorded version.
Yeah, the production of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So your style, I would kind of put you in the bracket, personally put you in the bracket of southern rock, country rock. Would that be a fair assumption?
Yeah, I mean, I think Southern Rock kind of came in when our previous guitar player, Chris Butcher, brought in the slide guitar, and he just brought it in because he wanted to. And so we were playing these rock songs with a little country edge. And then once you throw in the slide guitar, then it automatically goes into the headspace of Southern Rock, which is just for most people, and for me as well, you know. And so we've kind of been in that realm for a while now. And you know, it's I'm not if people are enjoying the music and feeling something of what we created, they can call it whatever they want. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Southern Rock. I like Southern Rock.
Well, I was talking earlier to someone else about this, about southern rock, country rock, and blues. They all kind of, they're living on this fine edge where they kind of have this, they merge, don't they? And you can pick and choose where that wants to sit.
Yeah, and you can listen to country, and you can listen to more Southern Rock country. You can listen to country and listen to more blues country, or you can listen to country and listen to more rock country. I mean, it's all in the same vein. It's all in the same world. I think.
Absolutely. So was that a start? 'Cause I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're very influenced. You have been very influenced a little bit in your time by the classics like Leonard Skinner, because there's definitely a sound of that through your material, without doubt.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner and Allman Brothers and Little Feat. You know, that whole crew. Um, yeah, they definitely have an influence. I mean, there was a time when all I listened to was Allman Brothers.
Sure.
Just, you know, and you go through phases and you go through dips and valleys of different genres and material you're listening to. But I've definitely gone through that. I mean, I started listening to classic rock when I was younger, and that's kind of what kind of shaped my whole listening prowess.
So have you got a favourite track that you enjoy playing live? If you had to pick one.
On our new record,
Yeah.
I really enjoy playing live. I really enjoy playing a song called "Don't Let Me Go." It's just has a big, sweet opening riff, and it's just a rocking song the whole way through, and really makes you feel good at the end of it.
Sure. Now, I've asked you previously before we spoke to choose a few songs while we're going through this interview and introduce them for us. So let's go for your first choice. What would your first choice be?
Well, I think first off, I mean, just for everyone listening, you know, and if this is your first time listening to us, our first single off the new record was "Oh Miss Carolina," and I think it just kind of embodies everything that we're doing and who we kind of are. So the first one would be "Oh Miss Carolina," which is the first track and single off of our brand new record, "Last Slide on the Highway."
Let's play that right now. There you go. Thanks for that. It's a little bit tricky trying to fit that in. So, if you was on, here's a question: if you was on a road trip, what three albums would you take with you to listen to?
Oh, okay. Just out of the gut, just out of the gate. I would bring an Amos Lee record called "Keep It Loose, Keep It Tight." He's a songwriter who I actually saw for the first time in London when I was about 19. And I just love everything that he does. And it's great road trip music, especially in the mornings, because it's not too heavy, not too abrasive. The next one would be probably, and this might be kind of weird, but probably Audio Slave, Cochise.
Really?
Their first record. Just I got it when it came out, and it's been on speed dial since then. So I love every track on there. And then it probably, you know, and then I'm just thinking about being on the road. It'd probably be an Allman Brothers record, and I don't know which one, but it would have to be. I mean, Eat a Peach is always a good one to have around. So those three, I think I would have to pick. There's probably some that I'm forgetting, but Off the top of my head, those three definitely on a road trip would be my pick.
Good choices, all three. You came over to last year. You came over to London, to England here, and you played Ramblin' Man Festival, which
Mhm.
is about 45-minute drive from me. And I didn't manage to get to see it. I had something else playing. How was it for you? How was the show?
It was amazing. It was our first time playing in the UK, and so the night before we played in London at Big Red just to get the gears working. But yeah, we went to Ramblin' Man, and we just got a great response from everyone there, and everyone that worked there as well. And the bands that were there were phenomenal, and we got to meet some really great people there who we still talk to today. We met a band from Kentucky at that show that we went on tour in February with. So it was just it was a great time. We felt really accepted. You know, it was our first time playing in the UK. And we've been trying to get there for years, but it was the first time, so it was nice to play. It was nice to play there and feel accepted, and kind of like everyone over there just gave us a big hug.
Cool.
So it was great. We had a great time.
So you're back over here next year, I understand.
Yes, yeah, in May.
Cool. How many dates you doing? I believe I've looked quickly. Look, I think it's about 6 dates over here, isn't it?
I think you have a better idea than I do if you just looked
Yeah,
at it.
yeah. I haven't got it right in front of me. I should have put it right in front of me.
Yeah,
So I
we
apologise
have
for that.
for that tour we have a total of 61 shows, but I think yeah, 6 or 7 of them are in the UK at the beginning of the run. So it'll be really exciting to actually be there for longer than 2 days and get to play all over the country.
Great stuff. We're looking forward to having you. So your second choice, of a track of yours. What are you going to choose for us?
Um, I'm just going to choose just a song that's close to me, and a song that I really enjoy playing, and I enjoyed the writing process of it. It's called "This Time Around," and it's again off of our brand new record, "Last Light on the Highway."
Here we go. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks. I can cut all this out. I can edit this piece out.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's great stuff. I've got a few more questions left, and I'm trying because I've got my questions in front of me here. And what I want, have you got a? I know you've only just put this album out just recently. Have you got a plan for? Have you got enough material in your armour to put out another one reasonably soon on the back of this?
Uh, we're always writing, and we're always trying to put new things together. And with this whole pandemic happening, and having almost 4 months of touring between May and just right now canceled, we have a lot more time on our hands. So there's a good possibility that we'll have something fresh out, whether it's a full album or an EP or something. There's a good chance that we'll have something out for the next run in May when we get back over there. But as far as a yes or no answer, I can't give you that. But
Yeah.
it's closer to a yes than a no.
Excellent stuff. That's good. Looking forward to that. Now, I have to confess, I was only introduced to you by a friend of mine that had seen you and said, check these out. These are great. And he sent me Last Night on the Highway to listen to. And I've listened to that, and I've subsequently got most of your stuff in one playlist now. So yeah, I'm constantly listening to your stuff. It's great stuff. And I had a friend of mine message me the other day. He said, "I hear you talking to Robert Jon," and he's just got into your stuff as well, and absolutely loves it. So yeah, we're spreading the word over here for sure.
Great. Well, thank you.
So before I close this interview, I've got to ask, where can people find out about you, and what are your plans for 2021?
You can find everything that we do on robertjonthendewreck.com. If you sign up for our mailing list, not only do you get 10 free songs from all of the back catalogs and new stuff as well, but that's just, we try to keep that updated as much as possible, and that's just direct to everyone that's on our emailing list. And apart from that, we try to keep our Facebook and Instagram up to date on what's going on, and especially during this time when we can't be on the road and we can't be seeing people face to face. We're trying to do a lot more social media side of things with Facebook and Instagram, which is all Robert Jon The Wreck. You just type it into Google, you'll find it. And yeah, and as for 2021, we're hoping that in 2021 things get a little bit more normal and we can get back on the road and get to playing live music, which I greatly miss. It's part of what being a musician that I love, is to be out and playing and feeling the energy from the crowd and pushing that energy back and then accepting it again. It's definitely something that I miss. So I'm really hoping that we get back to it in 2021 and we'll be on like a 61 show run out in Europe, starting in the UK from May to July. And it's pretty exciting for us. It'll be the longest tour we've ever been on, and it'll be we'll have to get in shape for that one. But we're excited for that, and right now that's what we're looking forward to, and hopefully things don't get worse and they keep getting better and we can be out there next year.
It's been a tough time for musicians for sure, and my only hope is, like you say, it does improve. We all need a bit of music in our soul and life to be able to go out and see live, but 100%. So yeah, I certainly got that in. It's got to happen. It has to happen.
Yeah. Well, figure out a way.
I want a track for us to play out on. What would it be?
Well, the last track that we're going to play, it would be, at the end of our record, we have a song called Last Light on the Highway, Part 1 and Part 2. And it's a track we put together piece by piece. A lot of our back catalog, we have instrumental tracks that we put together, and it kind of just became what we always wanted to put on a record, to something different, And this time we kind of tried to incorporate the songwriting that we've been working on with the instrumental track. And we had our friend in Nashville put live strings on it, and it just it came out to be just an amazing composition of music that we really enjoy, and it's something different, I mean, it's not what you'd expect. So if we can play both Part 1 and 2,
sure, why not?
From Last Light on the Highway, that'd be great.
Well, I'll do that once we've said goodbye. Robert Jon, thanks very much for coming on. Maybe once things get better next year in 2021, before you go on tour, if we can have another chat, would be great. Maybe with all the guys as well, and
yeah,
we'll sort that out. But for now, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to come on and chat with me. It's been an absolute blast. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will speak to you very, very soon, I'm sure.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot, my man. Speak to you soon.
Sounds good.